Gaza Nation. I just wanted to tell you guys about my first trip ever to Jamaica. But before I tell you guys anything about that, I have to address the reason why I didn't link up with Vybz, right? With the boss, and I didn't make it to Portmore to the Gaza. There's a reason behind that. This isn't a trip that I took by myself, or obviously I would have went to the Gaza. Marlon flew me out to Jamaica to promote his brand of cologne because he respected what I did with Gaza Nation. When I was out there, he never stopped me from repping Gaza Nation. He brought me out there. I stayed at his house. I didn't stay at a hotel. I'm a very respectful guest, and I was trying to be as cool as possible, so I'm not going to say, yo, dog, can I go to the Gaza for a little bit or do whatever? And as soon as I leave the house, I have no phone service, so there's no way I could get back to his crib. I'm sure he doesn't want me, popping in and out of his gate. So, with all that being said, he was wicked busy doing the launch, too. So, while he was doing the launch, I'm not going to be like, yo, can you take me to the Gaza or whatever? But obviously everybody knows that I wanted to. And then I was leaving on Thursday, and Vybz told me on Wednesday that the visiting day is Thursday. You see what I'm saying? And I already had a flight booked. And I wish that I could stay or do that, but I don't have any money to rebook a flight or do anything like that. So I didn't plan properly to do it. Obviously, if it was a trip with me alone, I would have definitely did it. But I was there as a guest of somebody else. So, but I still rep Gaza to the fullest. You see all the pictures. I was throwing it up. I performed a Vybz song.
Yo, getting dead, yo, hot money and is the butter. Real us in the alpha with the latter.
So I know mad people are disappointed. I apologize for real. It made me sad too, man. I really wanted to take a picture in the Gaza and stuff like that. But see whatever I could have. But I was there doing what I did, man. And you always know I keep it fully Gaza. So it still was a wonderful time, right? My trip to Jamaica was so crazy, right? Like as soon as I landed off to Norman Manley, he was there. This kid ran up on me, and this kid was like, yo, and I was like, nah, I'm good. I thought he was asking for a taxi, and I was like, nah, I'm good right now. Like, I'm trying to contact Marlon. And he was like, no, I'm here because Marlon's here for you. Then he picked me up in the Range Rover, and it was like nighttime, and he took me all the way through Kingston up to St. Andrew to where he lives in the mansion. And he showed me all the way, like Mountain View, Havendale. So I got to see like everything that I ever heard in songs and actually visualize like Halfway Tree, downtown, and see all these different places, right? So that was the first night. Then I just stayed at the mansion. I got to have some good weed, some Hennessy, and we were just chilling out, having fun. And then the next day I met Pops. So I met I met Pops' kid, and I met Mr. Cherry. And I talked to like Mr. Cherry for like 4 hours. You know what I mean? Like just chilling. Like Marlon was doing something else. He was teaching me all the history and making me laugh, and teaching me all the history of Jamaica. He knows like all the roads, everywhere to go, and we went over the map together. And he taught me a bunch of stuff. I woke up in the morning. I don't know which day because I get confused right now, but I had tried ackee and saltfish, the national dish of Jamaica. His mother made it for me. His mother was super hospitable. Like, it was dope. Actually, his whole family is like really well put together, and everything's real dope about that. Like, very impressive, especially Gaza Nation knows that I don't have family like mothers, fathers, like brothers or whatever, but he has a like close bond with that. That's something I really respect. So I tried what did you call it? Baked chicken and rice and peas and curry chicken, rice and peas. And then I stayed in and chilled most of the next day. Then we went to Joe Rios to film a video for his cologne. So we went out to there, and I got to see that highway thing. That was crazy, like that whole new highway system or whatever, and get you right to there. I got to see the beach for like an hour or two. The beach was amazing, but it was like a tourist place, and I don't know, I don't want to be at a tourist place. I want to be in the heart of the city. So it was real dope. It was real nice. We filmed the video, and then went back from there, and then the crazy stuff happened. The next day, he goes to me, he said, yo, do you know who Miss Kitty is? And I was like, oh, that night, he had some real hungry artists, these 3 young kids, these real hungry artists, come over to his cabin, and then they like performed for like 2.5 hours straight to us, like just murdering stuff. So that was real dope. We obviously listened to Vybz a bunch of times, right? So he was like, damn, dog, do you write Vybz' lyrics? You know what I mean? Why do you know so many Vybz songs? So, you know, that was funny. That was impressive. And then we the next day he goes, yo, you know who Fluffy Miss Kitty is? I was like, of course. 2 years ago, I showed him. I went all the way back to my Instagram, showed him. Like 2 years ago, Caspian said that only reason he was gonna get a passport was to come out there and propose to Fluffy Miss Kitty. He goes, yeah, right, dog. Like that's crazy. We're gonna go see her. Like that's his friend. So we went and did a radio interview. He didn't tell her nothing. And a real dope thing, real quick, is when I walked in, it was the first crazy experience. I walked into the radio station and a guy was there. Big up yourself. I forgot his name, but a guy was in there that worked there, and he jumped up and he started smiling. He was like, yo, free the world boss, man. Like, Caspian, I like all your I watch your YouTubes and stuff. Like, I'm a fan of the show and everything. And I was like, what? Like, somebody knows me out here. This is crazy. Then we went and saw Miss Kitty. She didn't know I was from America. Caspian proposed to her, and she kept that going crazy. She was super good at what she does. She's super intelligent, so she kept that going. And I wish I could find that interview. I definitely want to find that, but it was really dope, right? So that was cool. He made everybody laugh. Then the next day was the event, so he was getting ready that whole day, doing crazy stuff, and I got dressed. I just chilled in the daytime. Then I got dressed at like 7 or whatever, right? I was ready. And then the craziest thing, he hired these 2 bikers. Oh man, something squad, dog. Forgive me, bro. I have to pull it up on screen, but Flavor Squad, Flavor Squad, dog. They were fire, right? So these guys are on bikes, and he sets up a motorcade so he can take out. He got 3 cars in a motorcade going to the event. Oh, the day before we went to the event to see how it was coming together, make sure everything was good, and I got my instructions. I went up on the balcony. I wrote out like the index cards to give him his questions for his launch for the cologne perfume. So that was crazy. But then one of the bikers saw me. He goes, yo, you know who this is? To the other biker, he was like, dog, Caspian is dope. Like, I rate your thing. And I checked his page. I'm like, damn, these bikers is bad, right? But they were setting off a whole blocking like a motorcade going through, and I was like, this is crazy. This is like presidential shit, man. So we did that. Went to the event, and I'm in the event as Caspian. I walked in behind them and everything, and he went and did his thing. And this girl, like a gorgeous Jamaican chick, she said, oh my God, Caspian, I can't believe I get to meet you in person. I gotta take a picture. And I was like, what? Like, she knows who I am, and she was friends with Pamputee. So Pamputee was there. So I got to meet her. I got to meet Macadamia. I go on stage. I was nervous. I never did Caspian live before. I always do it on YouTube. So I went. I asked him his questions. People were smiling and stuff. But then he pulled me back up and he goes, yo, this guy's more Jamaican than most of the people in the room. And then he's like, yo, DJ, put on some Vybz Kartel. And then I put on One Way, performed One Way, and once I got to, yo, din, yo, ato, money and pussy. Real hustle, in the afu in the lato. As soon as I said that, the whole crowd was like, what? Fucking pop, pop, pop. And I was like, yo, and then everybody was laughing and smiling. So I was like, that is crazy. I get off stage, and mad girls, you know, they was like, yo, let me take pictures and stuff. And I was like, this is the best thing ever. And they were all sexy, like dressed to the best, you know. And I was like, damn, G, this shit is dope. So I did that, you know, met his family, did all that. Next day I woke up, and after I got off the stage and performed Vybz was like, yo, man, like, you got a link, bro. And I was like, that's like, I didn't know if Vybz ever wanted to meet me in real life. You know what I mean? How am I supposed to know? And so he hit me up like, yo, you killed it, man. You got to come visit. And I was like, man, my plane's already booked for tomorrow. So it was booked. I had to leave early to go to the thing, and there was no way I'd be able to make it. So I was like, damn, bro. But other than that, the whole thing was crazy, man. It was very fun. I got to see, not obviously nothing yet, you know. I hope someday I come back, but it was unbelievable. The weather was unbelievable. The vibes was unbelievable. You know, I seen a lot more. I'm just summing it up. It was crazy. I had the best time. People were crazy. Everything was good, man. And I just remember, I haven't left my city in 20 years. I've never been on a vacation. None of that. So it was crazy to go out there. You know what I mean? So you gotta big up the icon. You gotta big up Marlon. He is a boss, man. And you know, he respects the Gaza. He's a businessman, and yo, he was dead serious. He took me out to Jamaica for my first time ever. So you gotta rate that, man. That it's crazy, bro, that this actually happened. But I always know all of this happened because of Gaza. I always know that. You guys know how loyal I am. So hopefully there is a next time. And next time I'll make sure that I go to Portmore, I go to Gaza, I go to Waterford, Block 5, do the whole thing. You already know, man. So I just wanted to tell everybody about my first experience in Jamaica. It was the first stamp I ever got on my passport. You know what I mean? And it was the only place I ever wanted to go. So, yo, best time I ever had. Bless up Gaza Nation. It's Gaza forever.